Alright, I think it's come out pretty good. Some cleanup I need to do. I'm going to cut some 1x4s and put them on the bottom. I'm going to do them long ways so it flows with the top. Well, I would say as far as the bench goes, the workbench, the construction of the bench, this is it. It's done. This thing, I'm ready to be done. It's been a pain in the rear, to say the least. So I may have to do a little more sanding in this tool wheel as I'm sitting here. But yeah, so construction wise it's complete. It doesn't wobble. I mean, that's just from me tilting it, but if you push on it, there's no wobble to it, so it sits flat. At least right here it's flat, so wherever it's going to be, it'll be flat, or it'll be easy to make flat. Yeah, it's heavy, it's stout, it'll last for a long time. It'll be a good bench for sure. So I'm very happy the way it turned out. Thank you, Lord, for sure, because like I said, this thing was a test of patience, because it took several attempts to laminate it. My first, let's see, the first time it just started turning cold, started getting really wet, and plus this was rough cut pine, so it was pretty wet. It was not dried. And the two pieces that stuck were these two back pieces that are actually 2.5 by 4. They were the biggest pieces that I had, but they were also the lightest, which told me that they were the driest. Some of these pieces were very heavy because they were so wet and water heavy. So these were the only two pieces that dried from the first attempt. After that, I tried gluing them again. They fell apart, or I pulled them apart. I thought that they had worked, that they stuck together, but after looking at them, I pulled them apart. So that's when I brought everything here. I brought everything inside, let it sit for a while, indoors with the fire in the fireplace going, the heater running, so hopefully they could lose some moisture. The last glue up didn't work all the way. Some of them glued together, some of them didn't. And the very last time I had to glue these 3 pieces to these 3 pieces. and so finally got them to stick and hold. So that is why I put this end key in here like this. I wasn't planning on doing that originally, but since I had such a problem with it gluing up, I wanted to do that to hold them together. So that's why this one runs all the way through. This one runs through to here, and so hopefully with that, it'll be. I think it'll be strong enough. The legs turned out good. They're very stout, and so yeah, I think it's very solid. It's all glued, and there's no nails or screws in it, which was what I was going for. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I have some dowels I put in the top to hold the keys in, and that's pretty much it. So with all that, I planed probably pounds of wood off of this thing. So my friend let me borrow his hand electric planer, which was a blessing all in itself because I was hand planing manually everything, and this would have taken a long time to hand plane it all. But with the electric planer, I was able to get trued up a lot more than it's not perfect, but it's better than what it was. So there's been a lot of learning involved with this. So yeah, some of it when I glued it together, the ends weren't. I glued them upside down so the faces would sit flat on my pipe clamps, but some of them floated and I didn't realize it. So some of them, when they were glued together, were kind of janky. But anyhow, I think it come out pretty good. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna burn it so it'll match the bench that I have inside, and plus these sawhorses. I like burning them because A, I like the color. I think it looks good, and B, it's supposed to harden the wood. I don't know what it does for glue lamb, but that one in there was burned after I laminated it, and it's held up good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna burn it and then oil it, and so it's supposed to help season the wood, and it keeps the wood so weatherproof and bug proof, or it helps with those anyhow. So that's actually an old method of weatherproofing exterior siding, is to burn it and oil it. So anyhow, I think we're done. So I have to work, the two biggest things I have to do next are the vices, but as a bench, it's ready to be used. I could beat on it, pound on it, put things on it to cut and lay out and all that kind of stuff. I plan on using my other bench more as a beating and pounding and cutting on bench. And save the top of this one a little more. So, yep, that's it. Thanks anybody and everybody who watched. I'm glad to be pretty well done with this one. At least now I can just play with it. So please leave any comments if you have any comments on things. Obviously, yeah, get better tools. Yeah, chop saw, table saw, bandsaw, joiner, planer. Those would all be awesome and wonderful to have. I can put one of these together pretty quick with all that, and I may end up getting all that, so I'll may try to build some of these and sell them. So anyhow, leave your comments. Let me know what you like or don't like, and please subscribe if you like the content. I'm trying to do anything and everything as far as some cooking stuff, some woodworking stuff. Hopefully down the road I'll be getting some property out in the country somewhere, and that'll open up a whole new chapter. So thank y'all.